to win. Their best offensive game of the season, you could argue. Yet still, it looks like Russell Wilson is supposed to be QB1 this coming weekend. He was supposed to be QB1 to start the year, re-aggravated an injury, was sidelined. Justin Fields took over. However, Russ fully healthy. He's practiced all week long. And now it looks like he's going to make his season debut on Sunday night against the Jets.
First game of the year for me, but, I've been fortunate to be in a lot of first games. So the confidence is there, obviously. And then for me personally, I came here for one reason. That was to win the Super Bowl. That was to go as far as we could and see where we could go with it. I think we have that opportunity.
If I'm being real with myself, I think if, I did play well enough, I don't think there would be, any sort of who should be playing, who should not. So at the end of the day, I want to be 6-0 right now. But it was a great opportunity for me. Of course, I'm grateful for the opportunity I did get. Those first 6 weeks, and we'll just see what happens this week.
All right, Cam Newton, you played the quarterback position. We heard two very different tones there from Russell Wilson and from Justin Fields. He sounds awfully disappointed, doesn't he?
Disappointed, yes, but at the same time, his confidence should still be in himself. If anything, I think the shattering of confidence should come by way of the organization. When I'm looking at Justin Fields, I see a guy who's 25 years old. When I'm looking at the highest paid quarterbacks in this position, predominantly all of them are around that 25, 26. This is an opportunity for Justin Fields to be the quarterback of the future without having the team go into the draft. So if I'm Justin Fields, I'm saying to myself, yeah, I can play. But if I'm Justin Fields, I'm also saying, like, hold up. They just pulled the old banana in the tailpipe.
Mm-hmm. So what do you mean by banana in the tail?
They're 4-2, Stephen A.
Okay. So what you say?
If they were 6-0, then what?
Okay.
If was their first in their division, then what? But he's played good enough to win football games. Mm-hmm. Now, is it superior? Is it at elite status? Mm-hmm. Some will argue. Mm-hmm. But they're 4-2.
Okay.
You did your job. Mm-hmm. Going into training camp, it was a quarterback competition. That's always been the narrative in Pittsburgh.
Got it.
So for him, if I'm sitting back and I'm looking, of course I'm disappointed. Could he play better? He could have played better. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm still scratching my head. If I'm sitting up there in that type of situation, of course he's going to play the game.
Right.
He has to play the game. Mm-hmm. Now, you don't want to burn the bridge. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like, bro, I did enough. Mm-hmm. Could I have did more? Of course.
Right.
Could Patrick Mahomes have did more? Yes. Could Lamar Jackson?
Right.
Yes. Every quarterback down the slate right now.
Okay. Well, first of all, a couple of things. Number one, again, it's nice for you to be here in front of my face. I appreciate that.
Don't butter me.
But I ain't going to let you get away with that.
Let's rock it.
I ain't going to let you get away with that. Don't get sacrilegious and blasphemous by naming Justin Fields in the same breath as Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. For any reason. For any reason. Let me just say that TV 101. Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are a separate category way apart from Justin Fields. Let's get that out the way first. Number one. Number two, to answer the question directly, concerns about Justin Fields' confidence going forward. Hell no, I don't give a damn about his feelings. This is professional sports. You're getting paid to play. This ain't Dear Abby, and ain't Dr. Phil, who I was just with a few weeks ago, okay? This ain't Dr. Phil. This ain't Dr. Phil now. You got to play. Now, when we look at Justin Fields, I'm proud of him. The brother has played better. He's not turning the ball over. He's made a lot of plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers with his legs. Although they've got 3 wins this season, more than any other team in the National Football League, 3 wins this season without getting 300 yards of offense. The offense has been subpar. Right. Let me throw the numbers by you right here, Cam Newton, just so you know. Touchdown percentage, 28th. 184.3 yards passing per game, 22nd. Passer rating of 93.9, 15th. 54 QBR, 20th. I understand the 4-2 record is what it is. But let's be very clear. What we're applauding him for is not losing games. We know the defense is what's winning games. And so when we look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm looking at Baltimore, because the competition matters, anybody can sit up there and play shadow football, but you got to go up against Cam. You got to go up against Bar Scott. That's a different reality. So if I know I got to go up against those cats, right, I got to take into account what I'm working with. Yeah. And all I'm saying to people, did he deserve to get benched or something like that? No. Has he played horrible? No. But when we ask this question, maybe not you, but there's a whole bunch of people we've been on the air with this week They rolling around acting like this brother been balling, and because we got Russell Wilson, we got to make sure we give him a chance. No, you haven't done enough for us to say we don't need to see anybody else. He hasn't been that good.
But I haven't played with a lot of Cam Newton, so I've been on the other side. I've been that defensive team that has a subpar quarterback that you got to win 9 to 10 or 13 to 5 or something crazy like that. I've been there, done that, right? But Justin Fields has the Pittsburgh Steelers right where you want them, because the most popular person in town is always the backup quarterback. Now, this is the wrong week. Good idea, wrong week to do it, because the Jets are desperate. They just got Devontae Adams. I'd much rather seen Russell Wilson make that debut against the New York Giants, who really lost their left tackle. Right, because now he's going to go against a guy he's going to have to match throw for throw. And there's a lot of things that you think about Russell Wilson. He can't run anymore. He's coming off a calf injury. So if I'm a defender, I'd much rather go against Russell Wilson.
But you might have gave him the job because of that. I'm asking y'all, I'm not telling y'all. Y'all know more than me. I'm saying to you, I'm asking the question, is it possible that the Steelers threw him into the Lions then because you're a veteran, because you're a Super Bowl champion? We don't give a damn who the competition. We might care about that with Justin Fields, but with Russell Wilson, we don't care about that.
They put Russell Wilson there because Russell Wilson maybe has a higher ceiling throwing the football. Because you can't go in and beat Baltimore by only putting up 18 points. You can't beat Baltimore or Cincinnati or Kansas City, who's on their schedule. Right. So they owe it to their team to see, hey, can we find a way to generate more in the passing game now that Najee Harris is seeming like he can run the football? But it's going to hurt the run game because the threat, and Cam was that dual threat quarterback. What a dual threat quarterback does to a defense is he controls the backside defensive end and the backside linebacker, because if run away, I got to make sure that I got wind back, cut back, and reverse or boot by a quarterback. With Russell Wilson, I can do whatever I want. I can leave exposed edge. I would dare Russell Wilson to run the football. You want to test that calf out? I know you've been practicing, but you ain't bursting a real game. He's going to be reluctant to do that. So now you talk about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. They're very similar. They both have turned the ball over at a historical rate in the last 3 years of their career, and they've both been sacked more than anybody. But Justin Fields strikes more fear. So I don't understand why the move is this week. I would have made Russell Wilson have a soft landing, but Justin Fields is sitting right where he wants to because they're going to come right back to him.
Okay.
Well, so then that's my question. And Cam, maybe you could answer to this, because what are you going to do if you're Mike Tomlin and Russell Wilson goes out there and lays an egg? You're going to go back now to Justin Fields?
Yeah, you can.
And now you wait again,
you
and we might come back to you. You're just going to flip. Mike Tomlin is not like a...
Go ahead, Cam.
They're putting themselves in a media frenzy. That's why I don't like this decision. As you know, Bart.
You don't like media frenzy? Media frenzy could be a good thing. Could be a good thing.
I'm shy. The reality in the locker room, guys talk. You got 53 guys, maybe even more, of alphaism. People whisper. They chirping. We 4. Why are we over here? If I said this on 4th and 1, the real concern should be Russell Wilson and how much time they're giving him to perform. Not Justin Fields. Russell Wilson should be asking the question, are y'all yanking me after a bad series, after a bad half, or after a bad game? Or 2?
Well, it was his job to lose, right? Because, he can't get Wally pipped. You can't lose your job because of an injury. If they thought that Russell Wilson should have been a starting quarterback, they owed the team to get obligations, because in some of those circles, I've been there, right? I've been one of those defenders like, hey, watch the offense come off the field. Like, we look at each other. We by ourselves today, boys. We by ourselves, boys. See, you been on that other side. You was putting up points. But, coming off that, the defense has to play so perfect that if they make one critical mistake, they feel like the game is over. You're hoping that maybe Russell Wilson can be more sophisticated in the passing game, because you can run the ball, but that takes time off the clock.
Man, let's stop it. I think the frustration with Justin Fields is this. It's not that I lost my job. It's who I lost my job to. How did Russell Wilson get to Pittsburgh?
The same way that Justin Fields got there.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But the thing that Russell Wilson doesn't have that Justin Fields does, Father of Time.
That's true.
Like,
undefeated.
Grow with him. Like, build with him. You understand, he's 25.
Yeah, but he can be the future.
Hold on.
Russell Wilson, this can be his last rodeo. They can sign him to an extension, and he can develop with the system.
Cam, what the hell is wrong with the Steelers? The combination of Justin Fields and Russell Wilson cost you $1.2 million.
Yeah.
You gave up nothing. You have a Super Bowl champion and a guy that's been in 2 Super Bowls as a veteran. He might be on his last leg. But because Justin Fields still needs to grow, and every year counts, specifically Pittsburgh, who ain't won a playoff game since 2016.
Yeah.
We keep forgetting that, okay? Like they got all the time in the world to produce. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they go.
They got to produce. What's wrong with going like this? Let me see what this guy has.
But in
because
prime
Justin Fields ain't going to stop it. What do you mean prime time?
It's prime time. It's a Sunday night game.
It's Russell
He's
Wilson.
finally healthy.
It's not Justin Fields. You can say prime time.
Yeah.
Russell, what's our weighing number for prime time? You're Super Bowl champion.
We're 4-2.
Please.
Let's not press the panic button.
It's not panic.
You get tapped on your shoulder when you was just getting into a groove.
Right.
He is not used to playing meaningful games in Justin Fields. He came from Chicago.
Okay.
All right, we're
I'm sorry.
That's right.
It's all right.
I'm sorry. But just the circumstances of that, he still has to understand what it's like to be on an actual good team with
Cool.
relevancy.
And he don't have time. You just said he's 25. He ain't got time.
We're 4-2, though.